And this speech I wrote when I was about, I guess, Bianca's age or Alia's age. And it was about success. Asked me, Mr. Nygard, or Peter Nygard at the time, speak to this class about how to be a success. What a hell of a topic. And you think about any one of you asked to tell somebody about how to be success. And for some reason I wrote what really turned out to be quite a remarkable speech. And I read it continually now, and it's a sort of required reading in our company. And we read it in 1980. Again, I delivered in 1980. It was after 17 years. And here it is another 17 years. And you're going to hear it again. It's required listening. Because these words, while then they were a philosophy, but now they're like a living testimonial. I'm like a living testimonial that they work. All these words really work. And it's not just for those high school kids who are coming out. After I delivered that speech, all the teachers wanted a copy of it. They want to give it to their kids and they want to read it themselves. And I won't go through all of it at the beginning, but I want to just catch the key parts of the speech and exactly how it was written 35 years ago. Exactly how it was written 35 years ago. It starts like, up to now, the first 18 years of your life were pretty well predetermined for you. You lived at home, you ate with the family, you went to school, spent the family money. There were not too many major decisions to make that would have long-lasting effects on your life. However, you are now quickly approaching a great crossroads when you must decide which way you will go to shape your own destiny, your own life. It makes sense, therefore, that you should take time out for serious consideration now, while you still have some element of control, to clearly explore every possibility to define your goal. You see, you must have goal. You must decide what it is in life that you want and how you intend to get it. This is the most important step, and I hope I can contribute something towards your future in the next 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living the best times in the history of the world. Every generation has a high standard of living, has a higher standard of living than the previous one, and has a greater opportunity to make for themselves a full and happy life. Not only are we living the best times, but we are living in the best country. With my present job, I did considerable amount of traveling through the USA and the European countries, and even in the Far East. And after coming back from these trips, I realized just how great of a country Canada really is. I'm telling you all this for a purpose. You see, people are in a constant struggle with time and place. People always seem to have a feeling that they are either too young or too old to do certain things. And they feel that they are better places to live. There's nothing more pitiful than a person who wastes his time from one thing to another, forever looking for that pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, and never staying with one thing long enough to find it. Remember, while we are eyeing the other fellow's pasture, he's eyeing ours. Along with good always comes some bad. In today's world, there's a tremendous rebellion against authority, status quo, and the establishment, especially by labor and students. Crippling strikes one after another, and students taking over universities all over the world, rebelling against almost anything. This was in the 60s. Would it not be wonderful if we could only channel this tremendous energy, this tremendous brain power of our young people today into right productive areas? This becomes your personal challenge. If you can challenge your energies, abilities, and your time into one specific area constructively, you will be a success. It isn't so hard because so few are really trying. Most people go to their graves with their best tunes still in them. The most beautiful melodies in all the world never played, simply because the average person has never learned to get them out. Our dynamic growth needs and will reward the uncommon person who seeks a place in that growth. Then, what then must you do to become a success in life? 3 things. You must develop the right mental attitude. You must establish goal and purpose. And you must pay the price. First, let us talk about attitude. If we take the position that we cannot do things, we generally will not do it. We shape our lives, and the shape of them will be determined by our attitude. William James of Harvard University said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." What we receive in life or fail to receive is largely due to our own attitude. Isn't it wonderful that we have that measure of control? Let's talk about our feelings towards ourselves, since it is attitude that we take towards ourselves which determines our attitude towards the world. Here comes a strange fact. We are so familiar with ourselves that we tend to take ourselves for granted. We minimize our own accomplishments, the goals that we can reach, and for some equal reason, we believe that others can accomplish things that we cannot. There are millions of people who lead sheltered and darkened lives because they live defensively. They have failed to change their attitude. Many people are suspicious of change, yet change is one thing in life we can absolutely count on. People who welcome change realize that change means new opportunity, new advances for further fulfillment. Attitude is a reflection, a result of a person's will. It is increasingly powerful if it's trained day to day. Whenever you find a person doing an outstanding job and obtaining results, you will find a person with the right mental attitude. You must believe in yourself. Successful people always have good attitude. They expect more good out of life than bad. They expect to succeed more than they fail. You can always tell who's a successful person. They radiate confidence. They act successfully. They expect success. And they get success. Action trigger feelings just as feelings trigger actions. The world plays no favorites. It's impartial. It doesn't care if you change or not. It's up to you. If you develop the right attitude, you can successfully determine your environment and your goals in life. For your environment is really a mirror of your mental attitude. Then you must go to a second point. You determine as to where you want your attitude to take you. In other words, you must develop your goal, your purpose in life. Your goal may be to become a lawyer, a dentist, or a doctor, secretary, or nurse. You may want a beautiful home, a new car, have certain amounts of money, or numerous things. Develop a both long-term goal and a short-term goal. Make the long-term goal big. Because it is big goals that is really exciting. And we need to have excitement in life. Make the long term almost impossible, because one thing about the impossible is that you do not have much competition. When you establish a goal for yourself, you will feel a surging power pulling you towards it. A goal is a dream in the mind, felt only in the heart, that is too big to be denied. Everything that you see is a dream come true, a goal. Napoleon Hill said, "What the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." What the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Statistics prove that if you stop 100 people in the street in any city, no matter what the population is, only 5 out of 100 can tell you what they are working for. The other 95 are just drifting along, hoping that something good will happen to them, or at least that nothing bad will. 95 out of 100 can be compared to ships without rudders, drifting aimlessly without destination. When people ask what their goal is, they answer in vague and unrealistic terms. Happiness, good health, enough money to support my family. These are not goals. These are conditions desired by everyone. You must know what it is exactly what you want, or what you want to be, and work towards by progressively setting and achieving a goal one at a time. As Napoleon Hill put it, there is no road to success but through a clear and strong purpose. Nothing can take its place. A purpose underlines character, culture, position, entertainment of every sort. Decide upon your goals. Insist upon it. Force it into your subconscious mind. See yourself as already having obtained it. It will become a habit. A habit that will lead from one success to another. For this is the secret of success. You are now and you will become what you think about. Once you develop the right attitude and clearly define your goal in life, you are on a road to success. Success has been defined as a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. You do not, however, necessarily have to be wealthy to achieve success, unless money is your goal. Think about your goal every morning and every night. Remember, we are nothing more than sum total of our thoughts. Now we come to the third point. Paying a price. This in simple terms means work. There's no other method of succeeding than to work hard. Success in life is not determined by being dealt a good hand, but making the best of the hand we are dealt. What are we given? What are our positions in life? Our mind, our abilities, our unique and individual talents, and time. These are our positions, and it really is an enormous amount of wealth. Let's plan to invest it in the most productive way every day of our lives. You know, people do not plan to fail, they fail to plan. People do not plan to fail, they fail to plan. In order to make the most of the opportunities in life, we must prepare ourselves for them. Isn't it amazing how something wonderful always happens with that lucky person? The one who already has everything. And what is luck? Luck is the crossroads of opportunity and preparation. If you are not prepared, opportunity will only make you look ridiculous. Preparation is the secret formula for luck. Preparation means doing the simple things exceptionally well. In any field you undertake, you must show value. You must contribute more than you earn. The onus is on you to first show your worth and to put your effort forth, and a reward will follow. Man who refuses to do more than he is paid will never get more than he is paid. Don't find yourself in a position of sitting in front of a coal stove saying, "Give me heat and I will give you wood." You see, people are divided. Those who understand that the wood must be added first before they can get warmth, and those who feel that they must get warmth whether they do anything about it or not. You must be totally dedicated towards your goal. Think about anyone who's achieved a mark in sports, in social work, business, and you'll find them completely dedicated to their cause. They eat it, they drink it, they practice it constantly. You must become a professional in your undertaking. You must practice it so well that you know more about it than anyone else. Everything else must come second. You don't have to be a genius to succeed, but you do have to be dedicated. Remember, no horse gets anywhere until it's harnessed. No stream or gas drives until it's confined. No Niagara ever turned into light and power until it is tunneled. No life ever grows until it is focused, dedicated, and disciplined. You must continue to learn and develop yourself. It is interesting to know just how many adults stop learning and how they fail to realize new opportunities. and they become the countless numbers who drift aimlessly, a ship without a rudder, without a purpose. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to achieve success, meaningful life, 3 things. You must develop the right attitude, for without it, you can go no further. Walter D. Scott said, success or failure in any undertaking is caused more by mental attitude than by mental capability. To achieve success, you must establish goals, a purpose in life, a plan by which you would live, because you will become what you think about. To become success, you must pay the price. You must work. You must be totally dedicated. You must make productive use of every hour and every minute of your time that's been given to you. Plant your seed of achievement now. Remember that as ye sow, so shall you reap. Our rewards in life will always match service and investment of our wealth, will determine the rate of our return. This philosophy has been written time and time again. No matter how many times it is said, it still means you only get out of life what you put into it. And that was a speech that I delivered 35 years ago to these people, and again when we had 20 years ago, and here it is 70 years later again, and all those words all still prevail exactly the same way as they did in those days. And I find it quite remarkable that I wrote that speech at that time, because I still couldn't do any better now if I had to ask for the same speech. I want to conclude this by acknowledging my family life. I said to my kids, all of them, you saw that wonderful collection of brats, and I told them, in today's world, the kids are no longer a necessity, they're a luxury. In earlier times, we used to make a lot of kids so we could get them out in the field and run the plow and get some damn work out of them, no more hard time getting to work. So they got to be considered luxury. And I told my kids, you guys are luxury. When you're doing your job, well, watch my mouth. My mouth was up like this, you're doing a job. If your mouth is down, you're doing a lousy job. And most of the time, they've been very good pieces of luxury for me. But you know what I found? They're also a necessity. Very interesting that this event, key pivotal people in this event, is my daughter Bianca, my daughter Aliyah, and my son Kai. The event, we had a very big event just not long ago, Summit. There was my daughter Aliyah, there was my daughter Bianca, and I think Kai. And come in and filled that event out and did a magnificent job. I even found a problem with some rats on my property. Nobody could solve it. Aliyah, Kai, come to the rescue, they solved it. Aliyah's job was to catch a rat, and Kai's job was to kill him. These guys are a necessity. Wonderful kids. And a wonderful, wonderful mother. And we've had such a great relationship, my mom and I, all through our lives. And it's been an experience that I only can wish on everybody else, having a mother like my mother. And we never had a fight ever, and it's because of her. She is so smart. She always used to say, my dad always used to say about her that my dad said that mother is the boss. And she's a very smart boss. She never makes me do anything I don't want to do. That's a smart boss. Mama, I love you so very much. I was always so happy to have you. Such an asset to all of us, the whole family, the whole company. Everywhere I take you, no matter whatever happens, you are just the greatest, and everybody falls in love with you. And I'm so very happy. And just in conclusion, the best award at all, and it hasn't been said a lot, but the best award I can have, and I have had it tonight, is the word that Scarlett gave me on behalf of the kids. to be the best daddy. And the best award that I have is to be the best son. Best daddy and best son. That's what I want. That's great. Thank you all.